Hey, welcome to the Rocket Smith. It's rocket fixing time. Today we're going to be focusing mostly on the Mad Cow Frenzy, or not Frenzy, Mania, the one with the crack in the fin. Where is it? I got it marked. See, I put a piece of tape there. The plan here is quite simply to remove this fillet altogether by sanding it away with a Dremel, and I have a random orbit sander as well. We will sand back in areas so we can get down to the fiberglass so we can get a good bond with the new fillet we are going to do. We are also going to reinforce the internal fillets in case they cracked as well. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to drill holes down the length of this tube. And we are going to use a syringe to push in some epoxy. For the first round of this, we will have the rocket set up, laying down like this in this position so that when the epoxy settles and cures, it'll create a fillet on the motor mount tube. And then we will do it again, put masking tape over the holes, and flip it to the other side for it to create a fillet against the fin and the airframe. So today we're going to be getting rid of the old fillet and putting in that first fillet. And I might come back later and shoot the other side of that, doing the internal fillet on the other side, and then we'll come back and do the external fillet on the fin and the airframe. And then sand, prime, and paint, and should be good to go. Now it's going to get noisy. I'll record this, but we'll see what goes on. I'll probably fast forward through a lot of it. And yeah, sanding and epoxy, that's rocketry in a nutshell. Good enough. We're just going to leave this be like this and see what happens. Hopefully it won't fall over. I don't think it will in the next 30 minutes. Of course it probably will. But we're just going to use some Bob Smith 30-minute epoxy and throw it in there. There, we'll do it up here so you guys can see. I'm probably just going to use the rest of this. Stuff will go off pretty quick, a lot quicker than 30 minutes if you do huge big globs of it, so hopefully we'll have enough time. Those who've never used epoxies, 2 parts. Usually equal, sometimes not. It depends on the epoxy. If you're using like craft stuff or hobby stuff, it's usually 50-50. JB Weld is 50-50. Some of the laminating epoxies are not so much. Give it a good mix. And we're gonna try and suck it up in this, and I don't know if I'm gonna bother trying to do this in front of the camera. Yeah, we got some of it. Now I think I've got a better idea. There's more than one way to get inside of this thing. Now I just need a piece of scrap to hold that over, because there's already stuff in there. And we'll funnel it in from the top. We'll lose a little bit, but it doesn't look like we're losing too much here through the nozzle. So that's good. It'd be way easier to do if I had 3 hands. This is most likely going to be a one-time use syringe, as is a lot of the tools that are not made out of silicone or something else that doesn't get stuck to epoxy, that epoxy doesn't stick to. Now we kinda gotta wait for that to cure to do the other side, so I'm gonna go out and buy more epoxy so I can do something while that's happening. Well, it's been a day, and our epoxy is pretty good for the internal fillets. Even kind of digging in here, I can see that this is filled up all the way through the holes, so that both internal fillets are actually completely covered. It's not surprising. This is a 75mm motor mount and a 4-inch thing, so there's only about half an inch of space in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this back some, and then I'm going to put in the external fillet. That's the only thing left. That's that part done. Now I gotta find some masking tape, something to wipe that down with, and get the gloves on. That's that part done. Switching up epoxies here because I'm out of the 30-minute stuff I was going to use, so we're gonna mix up a batch of this Total Bolt High Performance, the slow hardener, and we're going to throw in some filleting blend, West Systems 405. This is just a colloidal silicate thickener thing. This is probably going to be a dust, so I want to make sure I have my mask on when I'm pouring that. We'll do 2 pumps. Yep, see, I was right about it being a powder. Still trying to figure out how much of this stuff I should put in. First time using it. And it's time for the peel. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to smooth that out. We'll have to sand that out. I waited a little too long. It's a little too hard. That's okay. Got to sand it anyways. Alright. We did the sanding there. And then put a coat of primer on it, black primer. And then some paint. Something funky went weird in the center here. I think I was a little too quick on the paint. But that'll let me know which fin was actually broken so I can, you know, show and give a test when I launch it next time. Make sure that fin is actually in there good. Yeah, now I'm just waiting for the paint fumes to go away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, there she blows. She's been disarmed already. Nice and easy recovery.